Welcome back to Living with a Classic, and today we're going to reflect on the last 6 months of this channel and really of my life. We're also going to go through some cars that have been through the workshop that you guys haven't seen, 3 of them actually, and a couple of things are going to happen now during the summer. So you get some sneak peeks of content that's going to come, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what I really haven't had time to film. So from the 1st of January this year, I went down to 50% with my regular job. I usually work with IT to pursue this, working with YouTube and working with classic cars. And it's been all really fun. And in the beginning, it was quite a struggle. Just, knowing that to make ends meet, I have to work so many hours and I have to work out and get new customers. But actually, it's been going rather well. So that's really just what I want to talk about today, how that's been and all that, because it's a journey, and this whole channel is a journey, and it's one that you guys can come along to watch. So you see behind me is a car you haven't seen before. Don't worry, we're going to talk about this in a bit. It's not mine. It's a good friend of mine. Is in for some work or some major surgery. But yeah, a lot has been going on. The year started off with the X-Type, and that was a lot of fun, welding and doing that, getting back on the road. We're going to do an update on that car pretty soon because I've almost driven 10,000 kilometers with it, which is really cool, and still running well. I drove it today actually, just going and picking up some parts at a junkyard. Other than that, we've had a lot of customer cars come and go, and I'm sorry I haven't been able to film all of them. Sometimes it's just really busy, or it's something you guys have seen a million times. Like I've had 2 XJSs in, which I've done fuel rails on. You guys have seen that before. I've had another XJS where we've done all the coolant hoses and everything and gone through. You guys have seen that before. But when it is something new that you guys haven't seen before, I always try and show it. I also had the carbureted XJ12, the green one that you saw me test drive a while back. That one came in for a complete recommission, back on the road for the first time since the late 80s, early 90s, and that went really well. They picked it up and drove home. They lived pretty far away, so it took them 3 days to drive it home, and then they used it in their wedding as their wedding car. So they had a lot of fun with the car, and it seems to be running really well. A couple small things have come up, which of course will happen when the car's been sitting that long. He is aware of it, and the owner, and I told him that, well, we can't, there's no way we can fix absolutely everything. Well, we really can, but then your budget's going to have to be massive if that's going to happen. But let me show you this car, what's going on with it, and then I'm going to show you a couple other cars down in storage that you guys have not seen, and I'll be working on now throughout the summer. We can start with the right-hand to left-hand drive XJS. We'll just put on pause a little bit because I'm doing this for my friend Dan, the painter, and we have a deal. He is painting my XJS and I'm fixing his. So we're both doing these jobs in our off hours where we don't have paying customers doing things. So I've been very busy now with 3 cars, but I've done quite a bit of work to it now. So there will be a video update on it really soon, and it's coming together. And I think in the next couple of weeks, this thing will be up and running and back on the road and out test driving with the steering wheel on the other side. But yeah, that's what happens. We're both okay with that. He's had to take a little break on my car. My XJS is pretty much ready. It's all in primer. I think he needs to do one more thing and then he can paint it. But paying customers, like we told each other, they always come first because we got to pay the bills. Over here, we have a good friend of mine's Daimler coupe. So it's like an XJ6 coupe, but a Daimler. We just did a little bit of work on this a couple days ago. If you remember the burnt out XJ6 Series 1, that was his car that burnt in the barn, sadly. And I helped him find this project instead, which is beautiful Daimler. And he's done a lot of work on it so far. It has some new metal in it and new things. But he also wants to do the same thing, right-hand to left-hand drive. So he has all the parts here. But before that, I start that part, we already did one thing together. So that other car had a rebuilt new IRS in it that he only used for one summer. So we took that out of the Series 1 and put that in here. So that's what we did a couple of evenings ago. I'm in Stark in there, but a nice shiny IRS. I got the radius arms left to put back on. You see the exhaust over there. So that's something that we've done. And then I'm going to continue with, but he has a new dashboard, new wiring harness and everything. So we'll be swapping over, and there will be a video series on that. But that series is going to come up after the one with the XJS. But very nice car. He's done a lot of nice work under here. What I still need to do for him is the timing chain's a little loose. We're going to tighten that up. Then we have the valve covers off. When we do that, we'll paint them up and make them look nice. But otherwise, this is a very, very nice car. But let's go down to storage unit and have a look at some more cars. It just started raining like crazy, but I'm gonna try and over voice the rain. It's a metal roof in here, makes it pretty loud, but we really do need rain. It's been so dry here. We have a farm, so rain is definitely wanted. XJS convertible, nothing really going on with it. Driven it a little bit. Just gonna give it a little bit of a service, and that's about it, but running nicely and working well. Next to it, you see its road trip companion from the last summer. So that is the XJ6C, the US spec one that I fixed up last summer and drove a long road trip with. And it's back to just finish off a couple of things. Because this year, the summer meet for the Jag Club is pretty much right next to my house. It's like 15 minutes away. So we took it down here. We're gonna fix a leak on it. We're gonna finish with the chokes, and I think the rain is letting off, that's good. And see why the AC lost charge after just a couple hours of driving. So there must be a major leak somewhere. We're gonna find that. And otherwise, it's very nice. Oh yeah, it also needs to go to the tire shop because it really did wear the tires unevenly in the front. So we need to check if we need to replace some bushings and do an alignment on it. The same customer, a friend of mine who owns this, also owns this. It is a TVR 500 Griffith, or Griffith 500, and it's in here for some work. He was really happy with the work I did on his XJC. That even though I'm not a TVR specialist, I used to work on Jags. I said it's rubber V8, I don't mind working on it, send it over. So it needs a tune-up, needs some electrical work done, and it needs, I think one axle is bad. He has a spare one. Replace that and check for some clunks and things in the driveline. So over there in the corner is the burnt out car that we took some parts of. That's actually been sold, and that is a completely different story we'll talk about in a future video. And that's pretty much it for down here at the moment. Actually, we forgot about one thing. It's another coupe. It is something that I'll be working on in the fall. It's a customer's car in for quite a bit of work this fall. Not sure if it's going to be filmed or not, but yeah, it's a nice one in Primrose Yellow. Just needs a little bit of work, but that will be in the fall. So what have these 6 months been like, you know, as working part-time my own company? Well, I feel like I've been really disciplined. I've always worked the hours I should, and I've actually worked extra because I'm often out in the evenings. Sometimes I've been out on the weekends, which my wife is very forgiving and understanding that I'm trying to get a business off the ground, and that takes a lot of work. Last month, we actually had the best month so far on YouTube. Well, the highest views, the highest amount of new subscribers, and the highest amount of ad revenue. So that was very nice to see. And this month is looking really good as well so far with ad revenue also. So that also does help. So you guys watching, liking, sharing, subscribing, it gives me a bigger chance to put out more videos for you guys with more interesting cars. I do have a couple of videos planned with cars that aren't mine, some test drives. One is a very interesting Eastern European car, and the other is a Swedish legend. So I'm gonna try and get those filmed here during the summer, and that should be really fun for you guys. I'm also gonna film the big Jag meet, which is now really close to my house this year. I'm gonna bring a couple cars there. This XJS. We're gonna probably bring my white XJ12 and maybe the Daily Driver XJ6 as well, not sure. Just because I'm so close, might as well bring a couple cars and park there. Otherwise, customer-wise, it's been going really well. I am pretty much fully booked with jobs until Christmas, and some even a little bit longer. I do have time slots for like shorter little things, like small troubleshooting things or services, but major jobs, especially major jobs in V12s and stuff, pretty much booked out. So that feels really good. I still haven't done any advertisement for my business. I take customers. So far it's been word of mouth, and it's gone surprisingly well. I don't want to jinx anything or like that, but it's gone really rather well, actually. And I really want to thank you guys, because it's your support for watching and sharing these videos that have often, led to the channel being this big. I think, what are we at now? 22,000 subscribers. And that is absolutely amazing. And we have thousands of people watching every single day, commenting. I do my best to answer all comments, but some days I get hundreds of comments, and I really do try. But I promise I read every single one of them, and then I usually try to have sessions where I sit down and just dedicate time to try and answer as many of them as possible. Same goes with emails. I get a ton of them, and I absolutely do my best. Sometimes it takes me a while to reply to you guys. I'm sorry about that, but you just see the amount of emails I get. So yeah, that really means a lot. And it's you guys watching and often recommending to people. I've had customers come up being like, a friend of mine told me I had to watch this channel, and I heard that you fix customers' cars. Can you have a look at mine? So that's happened quite a bit as well. There is one more car we're gonna have a look at. It's just raining a little bit. It's sitting outside. I thought I'd show you that. We have some updates on the Morris 1300 actually. I spoke a little bit too soon. It started raining again. But we're in the Morris 1300, which has been a great video here on the channel. Two of them have been very, very popular. And you guys seem really excited about the Trading Up series. So an update on this one is I just got tracking information for parts. So it should arrive in the next couple days. And then we can finish that. So that's motor mounts and a couple of things. I have a rebuild kit for the original fuel pump. And then we're just going to go through brakes and see if we can get this thing inspected on the road, and actually go out and drive it a little bit with the wife and family and everything. And she can use it a bit during the summer, and then try and find a new home for this one. All right, so back up in the workshop. Of course, there are many other cars to update on, but you'll see videos on a couple of them in the next couple days or a couple weeks. The Rover, actually, we can talk about. It passed its inspection now with retest. Rear brakes are fine. The only thing I did was drive it. And now they're perfectly even. Everything's working as it should. So I'm going to continue driving it. I don't drive it on rainy days, but on nice days, I take it out and just do the school run in it, go to groceries and everything. And it's been a lot of fun, enjoying it. But there is a couple small things that I want to fix on it. So you'll see a future video on that as well. Anyways, once again, just a huge thank you to you guys. Hope you liked this little update. And I'm going to do my best in the future to actually have some time to film more of the customer things. But sometimes there just isn't time for that, and I hope you guys understand. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. It really does help out a lot. Till next time, I'm Adam. This was Living with a Classic. I'll see you soon.